American philosopher Raymond Moody said, dying, we tell ourselves, is like going to sleep. This figure of speech occurs very commonly in everyday thought and language, as well as in the literature of many cultures and many ages. It was apparently quite common even in the time of the ancient Greeks, meaning dying can also be the equivalent of sleep itself, because sleep actually has always been the representation, an embodiment, an epitome of death, silence, solitude, abandonment, and all the other negative and inevitable realities and conditions in the world that we actually suffer from and struggle with in our lives in one way or another, and that we just cannot avoid, because what sleep represents and what it epitomizes actually happens to us in our individual realities and in real-time conditions. And that's why sleep is important. Now, the whole process of sleeping again has neurological and psychological implications. It's not just coincident. What we see in our sleep as dreams actually happens to us in our reality. The incidences that left us traumatized, our repressed desires, unresolved traumas, unaddressed emotions, all those things find their cracks in our dreams. And what we see in our dreams in sleep or during sleep is actually nothing more than our unfulfilled desires, unmet needs, and unaddressed emotions, and the people that we just could not be with. So we visualize those people in our sleep, or our brain automatically projects those things and people that traumatized us or that made us happy during sleep cycles. So dying represents or presents itself through the whole process and mechanism of sleep itself. And sleep, as I mentioned earlier, has also been the representation of death itself, because there is much or little difference between a person who is sleeping and a person who is actually dead. The difference is almost non-existent. So sleep has been the representation and epitome of not only death but also solitude, silence, abandonment, rejection, betrayal, etc. Because when we are asleep, we're detached, disconnected, not only from ourselves but also isolated from the external noise, materialistic world, and outside societies. And this theory or idea was also prevalent in the times of the ancient Greeks. They also equated dying with sleep and sleep with death itself. So